Let's start with the obvious. You can't. According to Einstein's special relativity, anything with mass can never reach the speed of light. As you get faster and faster, your energy, and therefore your mass, increases toward infinity. To actually reach light speed, you'd need infinite energy. That's a bit above our current fuel budget. But let's suspend reality for a moment. Let's say you somehow could accelerate to the speed of light. What would that actually feel like? What would you see? First of all, you might expect everything to become a blur of stars rushing past you. But relativity has other plans. As you approach light speed, the universe in front of you doesn't just blur, it compresses. Space itself warps into a tiny, bright tunnel directly ahead. Light from all directions gets aberrated, squeezed into a small cone in front of you. Stars behind you would fade into darkness, their light stretched into wavelengths far beyond visible. The universe would no longer look familiar. It would look like a tunnel made of pure light. Time would also start behaving strangely. For everyone watching you from home, your clock would tick slower and slower as you approached light speed. If you could actually hit the speed of light, your time would stop completely. From your perspective, you'd reach your destination instantly. From everyone else's perspective, you'd never quite get there. It's the ultimate traffic jam. Infinite speed, zero progress. Let's try a thought experiment. Imagine you're in a spaceship and you gradually accelerate toward light speed. The faster you go, the more energy it takes to keep accelerating. At 90% the speed of light, every hour of your time equals about 2 hours for someone watching from Earth. At 99.9%, 1 second for you equals about half a minute for them. At 99.999999%, 1 second for you equals over a year outside. You'd effectively be time traveling into the future just by going really, really fast. Now, suppose your ship somehow survives all this. That's optimistic, because there's another problem. Space isn't empty. It's full of particles, dust, atoms, and radiation. At light speed, even a tiny grain of dust would hit your ship with the energy of a small nuclear bomb. A single hydrogen atom would slam into you with the force of a bullet. After a few seconds, your ship would look less like a sleek spacecraft and more like a glowing smear of plasma stretching across space. Okay, so maybe traveling at light speed isn't going to be pleasant. But what about the view? From your perspective, visible light from stars ahead of you would be blue shifted into X-rays and gamma rays. Deadly radiation pouring directly into your face. The cosmic microwave background, the faint afterglow of the Big Bang, would also shift into visible light. You'd be flying through a tunnel of ancient radiation, bathed in blinding brightness. On the plus side, you wouldn't need headlights. On the minus side, you wouldn't survive long enough to appreciate it. Now, let's think about what happens when you try to slow down. If you somehow could, all that time dilation would reverse. For you, maybe just a few minutes passed, but for the rest of the universe, it could be thousands, even millions of years later. You'd return to a world unrecognizable, new stars in the sky, continents rearranged, languages extinct. You'd be the ultimate time traveler, not by building a time machine, but by simply moving too fast. Einstein once said that for light itself, time doesn't pass. A photon born in the heart of a star and absorbed in your eye billions of years later experiences that journey as instantaneous. No time elapses, no distance is crossed. To light, the universe is flat and still. So, if you could somehow travel at the speed of light, you wouldn't experience motion at all. The concept of travel would stop making sense. Everything would happen all at once, and nothing would happen at all. It's poetic in a way. The faster you go, the less you experience. At the ultimate speed, time stops entirely. So, in trying to go everywhere instantly, you end up going nowhere forever. The universe is funny like that. It always lets you reach for the impossible, but never quite touch it. So, what would happen if you traveled at the speed of light? You'd see the universe collapse into a brilliant, deadly flash ahead of you. You'd age slower than everyone else, but from their point of view, you'd nearly stop. You'd be crushed by radiation, vaporized by dust, and ripped apart by physics itself. In short, you wouldn't survive, but your atoms might become part of a lovely cosmic ray zipping across the galaxy. There's a strange comfort in that. Even if we can't go at the speed of light, tiny fragments of us already do. In the photons bouncing off your skin, in the particles streaming through space, in the faint signals that travel across the void faster than anything else in the universe. Maybe that's as CL